Okay, so today we're pulling back the curtain on the Navy's new Manta Ray drone. Now, on the surface, this just looks like another piece of really impressive military tech. But if you follow the breadcrumbs, as our source material does, it leads to a much bigger, much more unsettling story. A story about a secret war being fought in the deepest, darkest corners of our own planet. Let's dive in.
For our entire lives, we've been told to look up, right? Watch the skies. But what if that's been the ultimate head fake? The source material for this whole audit, a document called the Gnostic Indictment, makes a pretty staggering claim. The real phenomenon, the real action, it isn't happening up there. It's happening down here, in the crushing blackness of our oceans.
All right, so to understand the secret, you have to first understand the cover story. And that story starts with a very real, very public piece of advanced hardware. So just this year, DARPA, the folks who basically brought us the internet and GPS, they announced this new drone with Northrop Grumman. They've officially named it the Manta Ray. And the public story is that this thing is a huge leap forward, a game changer for long-haul reconnaissance missions deep beneath the waves. And when you look at the official specs, they're impressive for sure, but they're also, well, they're conventional. It's an autonomous sub, it's designed to stay underwater for a very long time collecting intelligence, and it runs on standard propulsion. This is the baseline. This is the totally plausible public-facing technology. Just file these details away. So the big question is, why would they need something even more advanced than that? To get that answer, we've got to rewind the clock about 2 decades to one of the most credible and frankly bizarre UAP encounters on record. According to the indictment, this is the incident that forced the Navy's hand. November 14, 2004. The USS Nimitz carrier group is running exercises off the coast of California. It starts when the USS Precedent, one of the most advanced warships in the world, picks up something weird on its radar, but it's underwater. So Top Gun pilot Commander David Fravor gets sent to check it out. He sees this churning patch of water and hovering right above it, a 40-foot, smooth, white, wingless object, the Tic Tac. And then it just takes off. It moves in ways that defy physics, then vanishes, only to pop back up on radar 60 miles away, less than a minute later. Impossible. And here it is. This is the detail the source claims is the absolute key to this whole thing. The Tic Tac wasn't first spotted in the air. It was first detected by the Princeton's SPY-1 radar submerged. It came out of the ocean. This wasn't just a UFO, it was a transmedium vehicle, something that could move between water and air like they were the same thing. For the Navy, this was a terrifying realization. They weren't just facing an aerial unknown, they were facing a superior undersea threat. So how in the world do you even start to build something that can compete with a craft like that? Well, the indictment claims the answer was already sitting right there, in public view in the U.S. Patent Office, filed by one of the Navy's very own engineers. Okay, this is where it gets a little mind-bending, but stick with me. It's called the Pais effect, named after its inventor, Dr. Salvatore Pais. To put it simply, it's a theoretical way to manipulate the fabric of space-time right around a vehicle. Think of it like creating a bubble that makes the craft inside it almost massless and inertialess. If you can do that, you can perform the exact same impossible maneuvers the Tic Tac did.
So how does it supposedly work? Well, you take a part of the craft, you charge it electrically, and you spin or vibrate it at an unbelievably high frequency. This creates an intense energy field that essentially polarizes the vacuum energy around the vehicle. The result is its own little isolated bubble of space-time. It's no longer plowing through the water or the air, it's coasting along inside its own slipstream, totally unaffected by the outside world.
And here is the absolute kicker. If a craft is inside one of these space-time bubbles, the density of what it's moving through, it just doesn't matter anymore. Now think about this. Water is almost 800 times denser than air. That's why our fastest submarines are slugs compared to our jets. But with this tech, you could move through the deep ocean with virtually zero friction or drag. You could achieve hypersonic speeds in the abyss. And this is where all the pieces start to click into place. You've got the public drone, you've got this incredible undersea threat, and you've got this revolutionary secret science. It all points to one conclusion: a classified weapons system. So here's the core claim from the indictment. The Public Manta Ray drone, the one you see in the news, it's just a cover story. The real project, the one that actually uses the Pais effect, is a fully operational transmedium craft known simply as the Manta. This is the Navy's answer to the Tic Tac.
Let's just put them side by side. You've got the Public Manta Ray, conventional power, underwater only. Mission is just reconnaissance. Then you have the alleged classified Manta, powered by the Pais effect, a true transmedium craft that can go from the bottom of the ocean to outer space, and its mission isn't just to watch, it's to track and engage non-human intelligence. And from a military strategy point of view, it's actually brilliant. You hide your revolutionary secret program inside a boring, conventional public one. Any weird sightings of the real Manta, any strange sonar pings, they can all be explained away as, oh, that's just a test of the new Manta Ray drone. It's the perfect camouflage, hiding in plain sight.
So why? Why go to all this trouble? Why build a secret, physics-defying superweapon? Well, according to the indictment, the Manta is the first dedicated weapon system for a war that has been going on undeclared for a very, very long time.
This is the final, most shocking claim of all. The source alleges that the non-human intelligence we're encountering isn't extraterrestrial. It's an ancient, possibly transdimensional civilization that is indigenous to planet Earth. And it operates from fortified bases hidden in the deepest parts of our oceans. The war they claim isn't coming from the stars. It's coming up from the abyss.
And this isn't just a vague idea. The source points to specific geographic hotspots. The Puerto Rico Trench, the deepest point in the Atlantic, the Catalina Basin, right where the Nimitz encounter happened, the North Sea with its long history of ghost submarine reports. These aren't random sightings. It's a pattern pointing to specific locations. And let's be crystal clear about what's being claimed here. These locations aren't just points on a map where these things pass through. The claim is that these are established operational bases, hidden deep within our own planet, likely tapping into geothermal vents for power. And that brings us to the final, chilling question this entire audit forces us to ask. If this is all true, if a public drone is just a cover for a secret weapon, and that weapon is designed to fight an ancient, non-human intelligence that lives in our oceans, then how do you fight a war in a place you can't even see, against an enemy you can't officially acknowledge even exists?